welcome to another episode of the Mighty Movie Podcast. My name is Ryan.
Hey, it's me, Josh.
And we're back in your ear holes with another thrilling edition, episode number 92. 3? Shit, I don't know.
Hey. We don't know how many we've recorded.
How you doing today, Josh?
I'm doing spectacular.
That's good to hear. I'm also doing great.
You, Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Sitting there staring at me like a weirdo.
I'm doing good, Josh. You know,
That's great audio, man. That's great audio.
I just got a lot on my mind. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Things going on in the world.
A lot of stuff going on in the world today.
A lot of things you just gotta stay conscious about. You gotta.
Is that an Aerosmith song? I'm trying to remember who did that.
I don't remember. Stop interrupting my thing.
Okay,
This is a serious thing.
He's got a bit.
It's not a bit.
It's not a bit.
No,
Serious.
It's serious. You know, there's things, unfortunately, we want to have a good time and talk about movies and TV and pop culture, but there are some things that I feel like we need to address.
Okay. And
right off the bat, you know, Chris Pratt is not Italian. Okay. And
that is not at all where I thought we were going.
And these are some of the issues that people seem to think we need to spend some energy on.
This is what's very important
right now.
And apparently I'm sitting across from one of those.
In a divisive time and, you know, unprecedented time such as this, let's all forget that the funnyman who's playing the fictional plumber
the already Italian stereotype
yes.
is not played by an Italian doing an Italian stereotype.
Correct. Just thought we should kind of put it out there our stance is.
But Ryan, it's like a voice we've never heard before.
That's, you know,
which, you know what I feel like means it's just going to be Chris Pratt's voice.
You know what I think? I think going out there and saying Chris Pratt is going to do a bad job and that it's insensitive or whatever, that in itself is prejudice because we haven't heard the performance yet. And it's going to be unlike anything we've ever heard.
I mean, should they have gotten a real hedgehog for Sonic the Hedgehog?
And that's another great point, Josh. Anyway, I just thought we would address that at the top since we've been talking about it a lot. And how much we care about the casting of the Super Mario movie.
I just think that the initial what?
Yeah, it's funny.
When the cast got announced, it was like, yeah, because I had a good laugh. I was like, okay.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, the only one I agreed with was, I think it's, what is it, Jack Black for Donkey Kong?
Jack Black for Bowser.
For Bowser. And I think that's cool.
They have fucking Seth Rogen doing Donkey Kong.
For Donkey Kong, yeah. And I thought that one was okay. I was like, all right. And then they were like, Chris Pratt. And I was like,
it's Charlie Day. Charlie Day as Luigi's the sleeper hit.
Was it Charlie Day?
Yeah.
I thought it was Key.
Keegan-Michael Key is doing Toad.
They need to switch those.
And they have Anya Taylor-Joy doing Peach, which whatever.
Well, they got to bring some Oscar buzz.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we got to get people talking about this.
Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy was the one.
Have you seen The Northman?
Yeah,
right.
Right. No, I thought the initial general reaction of what was hilarious. And now it's just at a point where I'm just like, guys, okay, calm down.
Yeah, like
all of you, the people defending it, the people are mad at it. I'm just like,
exactly,
on,
like comical, like okay,
we've got nothing else to worry about right now.
That's what they're doing with this movie, huh? Like that's funny, but when you're like actually becoming upset about it, right? It's like, oh come on, guys. Yeah. Yes, it's a cartoon. Yes, they're having Chris fucking Pratt voice another cartoon character. Believe it or not.
Trust me, I'd like some more diversity out there, but
sure,
I don't care about the Mario
for Mario
movie,
right?
Yeah,
we're getting upset about Mario,
right?
Go fucking watch Encanto. It's great. And just relax. So anyway, go watch fucking Lightyear, you know?
I've heard it's bad.
I haven't seen it
For a variety of reasons.
Oh boy. Speaking of bad, Josh. I don't know if who cares?
I just crack one right now.
I just fucking crack one open whenever the need arises.
Yeah, nothing like having a beer with your boy talking about Mario.
Talking about Mario. Speaking of bad, let's just get right into it. I think.
Okie dokie.
I'm getting mixed reports on opening banter, so I don't have a lot. I don't,
dude. All right, listen.
I'm
gonna tell you right now. I don't care what anybody walks up and tells me, dude. I'm just like, yeah, well, that's the way we've done it the entire time, and we're doing all right.
It's true. It's true. Well, I also was using that as an excuse for not having too much of it.
I know.
We got a lot of stuff. You may have noticed we've been a little off schedule here.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy.
We're taking you way back to the before times.
To the way back?
I want to talk about something bad. Something shit awful.
Starring Paul Rudd?
No.
Steve Carell?
No.
Not that way back?
Not that one. No. Well, no. First of all, I did say the way back. Shut up, Josh. I'm talking about a Disney
Thunderdome?
Plus original Star Wars show.
Oh, you're going to open with...
called The Book of Boba Fett.
Why are we doing this? The only song in TV history to just say the main character's name over and over again?
Fett.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
I never paid enough attention to it until the very end, and I was like, oh, they really are just saying Boba Fett.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Josh.
All right.
Book of Boba Fett. It's a show about...
You could call it that.
An old man sitting in a bath.
Yeah, just an old guy taking a steam.
Thinking about all the things he's done in the past year or so.
I believe a year or two.
Couple of years. And then learning nothing. And
he did. He learned how to ride a bantha.
Sure, that's true. That's true.
And then he taught them how to love.
And then
that would have been a better show.
And then getting into some trouble and taking care of it in the worst possible way, and then it was over.
Did he really take care of it?
No,
though?
he did not. Ming-Na Wen took care of it. The people that came from that fucking Freetown took care of it terribly. They were like, let's all keep running in a straight line. I'll cover you from the exact same position you are
while you're standing next to
me.
Booga 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 booga.
Yeah. There was some Mandalorian episodes in the middle of the show. I guess
when
we
they
should
realized,
talk about that.
wow, this show's kind of shit.
Yeah.
Man. Why don't we just bring in the guy everybody likes?
They, the Mandalorians, they were ahead of they had some ideas. Let's just say that. They were like, Jedis, fuck them. Don't like them, but they have style. Those lightsabers are cool.
Yeah.
But the problem with a lightsaber? It's not heavy enough.
Definitely not. And it has to be like per person.
True.
It's light for some people, and
Yes.
for other people, it's like, nah, fuck you. Because apparently the dark saber is sentient.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
deep fake
him.
CGI Luke
God.
Skywalker.
And I don't care how good it looks.
Sure, it's a marvel of technology, but it's
like
we'll
Avatar.
get to this, too.
It's like Avatar. Avatar is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, and it's a steaming pile of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Skywalker, incredible to behold. What a fantastic time to be alive. This sucks dick. Fuck you and your robot voice.
True. Yes, correct.
I'll die on that hill.
And they did some. I will say we'll get back to the AI voice thing later because there are certain uses for it.
Yes.
But again, also should they is the question.
That's where I want to go with all this. There's a moral question. Here.
I think we talked about first of all,
we talked about
dead
Peter
people
Cushing.
not giving their consent. At least what Star Wars has done has been for people who are alive.
Yeah.
So cool. At least they got consent to do it.
Yeah.
Like the whole we're gonna get James Dean to star in a movie again.
About James Dean. Yeah.
And it's like there's a bunch of actors out there looking to get their shot, and we're casting fake dead guys. And that's just one thing to think about. So They did that in the middle of Book of Boba Fett. But let's go back to the title character, Boba Fett. We're gonna move swiftly from this show.
There's not a lot to talk about.
It
it's
is
a pile of shit.
So lame and just like the dumbest fucking most boring.
I think we touched on it a bit at one point.
We might have,
where we were talking about the scooter chase. I think the Team Voltron was running that guy down, and we were making fun of that. I think.
Yeah, and then they tried to like take those characters and like give them a little bit of depth
at the last minute.
And they're like, hey, you ho-dunk. They all live on fucking Tatooine, but they're like, hey, you ho-dunk Hicks. And they're like, shut up, city slicker. And I was like, they live on fucking Tatooine.
Whatever, dude. It's...
But they learn to work together, even though they're like, I'll distract him while sitting next to you. Look, I got his attention. Now he's shooting directly in our direction.
Both of us.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Have you guys never heard of a crossfire? Like, maybe get some guys in this building, maybe get some guys on this side of the street?
Yeah, because I think you're right. I think we did talk about the low-speed chase. Like, what the fuck was that?
But I feel like that's like a metaphor for the whole show. Mm-hmm. Slow, poorly done, and just fizzles out at the end.
Completely unnecessary. I didn't learn
We won the day. There's a dead robot. Here, here, not Chewie. Have a fruit.
Have a fruit. I didn't learn anything about anybody. The only thing we learned was that, like...
Boba Fett likes pets.
Yeah, is that Boba Fett likes pets, and Baby Yoda is back with fucking the Mandalorian.
I have so many issues with that I don't think I'm going to watch the third season, because... they're bringing him back just for money.
Sure, yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, come on, guys, do something else for fuck. You did something else when you started this, and now you're just doing the same shit.
I mean, I agree with you from a creative standpoint. Now let's act like we're in the boardroom here.
Oh no, it makes perfect sense.
And they're like, do we write out Baby Yoda from our one successful property?
I will be the one executive going, yes, fuck that puppet.
Yeah. or
do we go with the sure thing?
Yeah. Or do we bring him back? Or are we cutting in between? Or do we start like a Baby Yoda fucking CGI Luke Skywalker show? And then they're like, where does it end? Right. So I think they're just like, Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, they're like fucking peas and carrots.
No, what you should have done was give that fucking little Muppet to goddamn Cal Kestis and start a Baby Yoda show, and Cal Kestis and a couple students that he's picked up that he's training in secret.
Sure. Well, let's not even get it.
We'll get into that eventually.
Cal Kestis and that era of Star Wars in a minute,
because it's the same era.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
anyway,
yeah.
So Boba Fett, like, there's nothing to talk about when it comes to Boba Fett in the Boba Fett show.
No, there isn't, and it sucks because, and I know I'm always doing this, but they did really cool shit with him back in the day in the books and the comics. And that was where Boba Fett became Boba Fett. Like back in, it's.
Speaking of another Disney show,
it's bad.
He was involved. Boba Fett was involved with like Vader finding out about Luke and stuff like that. Yeah. After there was good stuff in the comics where Luke and Boba Fett fought, and then Boba Fett goes to report back to Vader about, trying to find the kid who blew up the Death Star, and they did fun stuff with him, right? Mm-hmm. And I understand they were trying to be like the Mandalorian, he's a good guy, but I'm like, this is kind of, we should just have like kind of a shitty guy. Like, sure, he helped him in the Mandalorian, but like the whole angle of like, I'm taking over as crime lord to be a good crime lord.
He can still be a man of honor and a terrible piece
he could have
of
learned
shit.
some lessons, but he still needed to be they should have at least made him an anti-hero, not like I save babies.
Well,
right?
especially when they brought I can't remember his name now, Timothy Oliphant's character,
Stinky the Hutt.
No, not Stinky. Should have been there.
I wasn't sure if one of those was Stinky. I'm not sure.
Might have been. Didn't he have a sister in the show? I watched something where they were talking about that fucking shit movie. But yeah, fuck the Clone Wars show and fuck the Clone Wars movie. I said it.
Damn.
Come get at me. I don't even got a Twitter.
macaroni slacks.
Yeah. Don't put him out there like that, dude. Why are you trying to do that to him? Don't at macaroni slacks. Leave that guy alone. Where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, no. Oh god, I got so pissed off I forgot where I'm going. When they brought Timothy Olyphant's character into it, they should have done that from the word go.
Sure.
And done it kind of like a Deadwood. Or or like the Untouchables or something where there's the crime boss.
I'm watching you.
And there's and the one cop's just like, you've been running your spice through my spot. You keep running that shit through here. I'm gonna bring the law down on you. Something like that.
Sure.
Like Boardwalk Empire.
Well, and that
that
might be what Marshall's ends up being.
That's
but again,
not what it's going to end up being.
How am I supposed to keep watching these fucking shows when this is what they're giving me, right?
I feel like Boba Fett was the elevator pitch for Mandalorian.
Sure.
And then it evolved into what the Mandalorian was. And they were like, no, we don't need Boba. Let's just make a new dude.
Yeah.
And this is the half thought out idea that they were like, well, everybody, we put Boba in the show. We should do Boba.
They're like, why is Boba different?
Yeah.
Oh, here are some long fucking blood sport style flashbacks of him learning to be a tribal man.
Learning to be a sand people.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like... They fought the Goro. That was all right.
They did fight Goro.
A lizard went up his nose, and then he went to a tree, and he made a branch.
I will defend that because that's kind of like he wanted to put in some Maori culture in there.
No, that's what a lot of that stuff was.
And a lot of that was dopey shit.
Yeah.
But
I understand the reasoning behind it.
But the execution's got awful. No, dude, he's like, there's nothing to Boba. Like, he just wanders into town every once in a while, takes an evening stroll with Ming-Na Wen, and then gets his ass kicked, and then goes back in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And then the next episode, he wanders into town, it gets his ass kicked, and goes back in the bathtub. Like,
it wasn't until the end when him and fucking
and he was barely badass then.
They flew with their jetpacks and shot a few guys, right? And then he rides a fucking
Rancor.
Rancor.
The Rancor.
Right. He rides a baby Rancor. And
it's still my favorite 3PO line. The Rancor.
And then again, when Baby Yoda does, when I went to go say it, I was like, it's going to be taken as like, I think Rise of Skywalker was good, and it's not. But if Baby Yoda does something, it's fine. But if anybody else ever fucking does it, fuck them.
Yeah.
He heals somebody yet again or whatever. That's what Baby Yoda does. He started that trend, by the way. And again, we're going to another show. This only illustrates the issue. It's not even an issue. This only illustrates that Star Wars just doesn't really care as much as you do. That they don't care.
It's just content. It's just content to keep you aware of the brand.
And I think you need to temper those expectations. We need to move on from this show because I really want to talk about the next show way more.
I do too. No, I do too, dude. And it's just...
I don't know if there's anything else to say. They set up a second season, right? Or at least they set up
the possibility of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how any of this shit goes anymore, dude. They talk like it's a one-off, and then they're like, "Oh, but season 2,
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What the fuck?" No. Let one thing be one thing. I didn't have great expectations for it.
No.
I watched it out of curiosity. I bounced off it. A friend of mine said, "Hey, dude, these last couple episodes are really good." Lo and behold, they were the only good episodes because they had nothing to do with the title character.
That's the same thing that happened to me. People kept going like, "Did you?" I'm like, "Fuck that show." I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
Like, but did you see the last couple? Like,
yeah.
You should probably watch them. And then I started watching it and I was like, "Oh, because this is fucking The Mandalorian now for 2 episodes."
Like you could go in with low expectations or no expectations. That does not justify it being as bad as it is. Like, it's a bad show. It's poorly paced, it's poorly written, and it's barely acted. No one had any interest in being in that project.
Agreed.
Not even the title character, not even God, I can't think of his name. The guy who plays Boba.
Yes, I can't remember.
And Django.
Yes,
and every
Django
clone.
and whatever.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, dude, we're done.
That's the
We're
Boba Fett
done.
stuff. The Mandalorian and Luke stuff in the middle. There are like little bits, like obviously the fucking dark blade, and I made fun of it because it's a lightsaber, but it's heavy. And
the lore of the
the lore and
Mandalorian.
all that stuff going on there was cool, and a change of scenery, thank God.
Yeah, we weren't on desert planet again.
That was cool, but like also it was just kind of like, dude, Luke's like, hey, check this out.
You can have this lame ass T-shirt or this super cool pocket knife.
Check this out. He's like swinging his lightsaber around. He's like what you see, like just looking at Baby Yoda. It made me laugh.
There's this guy at work that takes karate classes, and he will, apropos of nothing, do an impromptu demonstration of his skills, and then he turns around and looks at you, and he's just like, yeah. And that's what it felt. It felt like that kid at school when you were in school that had nunchucks.
It was
just
fucking.
like, it was
fucking Richardson from fucking Hot Rod.
Exactly.
He's just doing the dance, and Baby Yoda, Bill Hader's sitting there, and he's just
All
like,
right.
"You like what you see?"
Like what you see?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck is this?"
Oh, it's so serendipitous.
And then it's just like, oh man, he's really bad at fucking jumping on rocks and whatever else. Like I don't know. At least he wasn't like fucking cutting up stormtroopers with a lightsaber or whatever. Like the last time we saw him, he was doing Jedi stuff. It was just
cool.
it was just like it was just whatever. And it's weird because it's not him. I don't know. Ahsoka Tano was there. Ahsoka Tano. Yeah, I'm just kind of whatever about that bit, right?
Yeah.
It was worth watching, I guess. I will say this:
No,
if
it
the show
wasn't.
had been, I mean, it's something to look at. It is something to behold, especially with a television show's budget. That's what they did.
Yeah, but when we start talking about we're going to talk about Obi-Wan.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
I'm going to talk that's what I'm saying. Like they did that with the show's budget, and it's
and that had a real show. They put the whole budget of Boba Fett into
in
those
fact,
two episodes.
both of the shows that we're going to talk about here in a sec were on a show budget, and they are both infinitely better. Like it's not something to watch. There are so many better things out there to watch television-wise than Boba Fett.
Sure.
That is a waste of that is literally a waste of time.
Yeah, but I will say, I think if you're a big fan of The Mandalorian, you do at least need to watch the last 3 episodes, right? You don't have to.
No. You could tune in to the last 3 episodes to find out where Djarin
where they're
is.
leading into the next episode of the next season of The Mandalorian, right?
Or just go in blind and you're fucking fine.
He's got a fucking he's
Fuck
got
that
he's got the
show.
thing he's got the fucking thing that Anakin was flying around on Naboo, and as soon as they showed it,
the Naboo fighter.
as soon as they showed it, I was like, oh well, Baby Yoda's coming back.
Yeah,
because
no.
the droid thing up top, I was
Yeah.
like, oh wow, a perfect place for a little.
Well,
alien
they
to
got.
sit.
I'll be honest. They got me with that one where I was just like, so he's only gonna hunt one guy per planet. Like that's not cost effective.
Yeah, that was.
Or is he
another-
only going for big game?
That
And
was-
then I was like, oh, it's for. So now we just. That's why I'm pissed off.
That
is
was the
now
other
it's
thing that-
literally just like Crockett and Tubbs.
Yeah,
but
going around
it's-
right and wrongs,
But
doing whatever.
exactly.
Fucking no, that's the part that pissed me off. I was just like, this is not a suitable replacement. This is a hot rod, and he had a Winnebago. They have their own strengths, right? And it's not that you're like, oh, my Winnebago exploded, so now I'm gonna drive a fucking hot rod. Right?
It's not
Like,
even a hot rod, dude. It's a Harley.
Yeah, like,
he went
exactly,
from a
right? Yeah, 'cause-
Winnebago to a Harley.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you are right. And I'm just like, it's cool. I thought it was cool to show some prequel stuff that late in
Yeah.
like the Empire.
Well,
or
and
the
the
New
whole
Republic now.
reason that fucking went down was product placement. They're just trying to get you to buy the Mandalorian ship.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, for sure. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. But again, I'm like, this is impractical. His old ship was like fit for the type of work he did. He had a portable, which was dumb, but he had a portable fucking kryptonite freezer.
Yeah.
You can't put that in a Naboo fighter.
I thought that was kind of cool. I'm not going to lie.
Sure, but when
Like you were telling me to
talked about
shush.
we talked sure we talked about it at the time though. Like they took a thing that was like impromptu that Vader kind of just like thought up.
See, but still,
and then you said, word
it doesn't.
right?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense in like the Old Republic when you're playing as the bounty hunter character in the MMO.
Sure.
And everybody's just getting carbon frozen right and left. Carbon
suspended in carbonite.
Suspended in carbonite. Thank you. It doesn't make any sense because it had never been done before.
Yeah.
After Empire Strikes Back, which is Mandalorian, takes place after Return of the Jedi, it does make a bit of sense where he's just like, yo, that's convenient. I don't got to deal with this fucker trying to break out of cuffs all the time. I don't got to keep punching him in the head. That's less physical effort on my part.
Sure.
I just throw him in a fucking shed real quick for storage.
Sure. My point stands. That was a work vehicle. This is a Harley.
Yeah.
It's cool, but what the fuck? Like you said, now it's just going to be the two of them flying to a town. There's some broad there, some dame. Sorry,
some dame.
There's some dame who's like,
my
husband died, and I'm really sexy, but these damn Imperials, they keep fucking with our crops.
Yeah.
And he's like, sounds like it's a job for Jaren or whatever.
He's just gonna keep running from fucking the Empire. That's all it's gonna be now. It's just him running from the Empire because they gotta get that baby Yoda.
This is where it pays off. Like if I'm a huge cynic, where I'm just like, the show's all right. I like it a lot, but I don't think it's the next big thing in Star Wars. So now when they ruin it, I can be like, I always knew. I always knew this was garbage.
Yeah.
No, I think they might figure something out, but
I doubt it.
I would hope so. They have nothing else, right?
Nope.
Unless they want to start making prequels again that are even more locked into a story than they were before.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, they already made a statement on this. They're like, Rian Johnson is busy making 2 more fucking Knives Out movies. So we're taking a break before he makes his prequel, and I'm like, or he makes his trilogy. I'm like, I'm sure that's coming any day now. They claim Taika Waititi's is coming out soon. I don't know.
Right. I don't think there's even a script for that shit.
So they have nothing, right? So they better not fuck up Mandalorian, right?
They will.
They
have, dude. They have.
I mean,
at least for me,
sure.
I'll give it the standard 3 episodes.
Sure. Whatever. Baby Yoda's back. Like, whatever. He didn't want to be a Jedi. That shit was lame.
Yeah, I get that, and that's cool, man. But like, I was excited to see him go on a new adventure. That was the closing chapter. Boom, Baby Yoda. He's with Luke. There you go.
Sure.
And now we're gonna introduce some other cute sidekick.
I agree with that. You keep Baby Yoda in your back pocket if like viewership starts slipping, right? Then you bring back Baby Yoda.
Exactly, dude. Jump the shark.
That's what they
did it with the fawns.
Yeah.
They did,
That's what they should have done. And
like yeah, dude, or like a couple seasons down the road, like maybe I don't know, maybe they only have 4 seasons or something like that. There's the 4th season. We gotta go save fucking Baby Yoda from goddamn
the Ganesta
Kylo.
Gondarks.
Yeah. Anesta Gondarks. Yeah.
To be fair, I was impressed with Luke because if you remember correctly, during that 2nd season, they were like, oh, a Jedi probably heard or whatever. And I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be Luke. He's an idiot. He'll do it. Because training him was a bad idea, right? Like, training Baby Yoda, not a good idea. So at least I was somewhat impressed with Luke not being an idiot and being like, this kid ain't ready. You can go on your way, right? So I was sort of impressed with that, but you are right. It's like he could have been on to the next chapter.
Yeah.
We could have saved that storyline for when they were desperate.
Honestly, I feel like it's just Rise of Skywalker all over again, where it's just them slapping a Band-Aid on top of something because the internet was like, well, that means he died when Kylo blew up the academy.
Sure,
and it's like, yeah, no one can handle it. Boo-hoo. Internet nerds are upset. Fucking deal with it. Baby Yoda's dead.
Yeah, Baby Yoda is dead.
Yeah.
He has to be dead. There's no way he's still alive.
No.
Like, it's not.
This is the problem when you try to create one gigantic universe and connect everything and nothing lines
keep
up.
putting shit in between.
Yeah.
It's like, all the Jedi are dead, except for they're not.
Except for all of these ones.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and that's kind of paid off because that's honestly a very interesting time now.
Oh, yeah.
But
no, the Inquisitors and the Inquisitors and Vader during the extermination of the Jedi. That's an interesting timeline.
Well,
to go
because
through.
honestly,
because
never,
by A New
I
Hope
never
they
really,
were done, right?
Yeah, I never really got how. Because they
The
said it
clones
was
got all of them, right?
They just took them all out real quick. That's it, man. We had like 2 guys on every ship, and they're all fucked. I doubt it. It adds up. I think it's a little after the thought, and like the timeline doesn't make any fucking sense anyway.
Sure.
So like I don't know, but at the same time, I'm just like, that kid's fucking dead.
But then like you were saying, it also is interesting where it's just like, yes, Luke, the last Jedi. Oh wait, no, fucking Ahsoka Tano is still alive. Fucking
yeah. So does she bite it going after Thrawn? No way.
Yeah.
No way. This is the problem. This is the problem I had when they made that Tron Uprising show.
Okay.
It was an awesome show. It was really cool, and I liked the main character a lot. But there was only one fucking way that show was going to end, with that kid fucking dying. Like, he was going to lose that fight against Clue. And fucking Tron was going to go evil, because that's the way the movie was. Mm-hmm. And with this, there's so much shit that's happened that it's like, no, there's only one way all of this ends for all of them. They all fucking eat it.
Yeah, sure. But sure. Sure.
You just don't want Cal to be dead.
No. But all we know is like Luke started up an academy. Kylo ruined it. We don't know who was killed, who was
you
left.
got a point. The galaxy is big.
The galaxy is
very big. And it was a
big.
long time
And
ago.
where was Ahsoka? I know Ahsoka's fate is somewhere in one of the shows, but Vader's dead by this point, so she must still just be alive.
She's going after Thrawn.
I think it was implied that she was dead in one of the shows.
Yeah,
but
she's going after Thrawn and probably bites it going after Thrawn.
But what's his name dies fucking going into the space whale with Thrawn, right? Yeah. So,
well, they hinted at he might still be alive
Sure.
because we watched the end of that episode with no context. The end of that show with no context,
whatever. Because we didn't want to watch all of Rebels.
No, I'm not going to watch all of those goddamn kids.
Again, the point being, like, sure,
I'll watch Big Boy
just because
like Animaniacs.
Just because somehow Emperor Palpatine is still alive, doesn't mean like it's just Kylo Ren. Fucking, I want to. Rey and Luke, right? I think there might have been. Look at fucking Obi-Wan. Somebody, the show. Somebody
Life finds a way.
Somebody probably at some point went, well, this is all going to shit again. I'm going to go somewhere else, right?
And
Baby Yoda's on Dagobah.
You know what? Maybe one of the Knights of Ren was Baby Yoda.
Sure, yeah.
Which I think is a very interesting angle.
Grown up.
But I
don't even know if those were Force users. They never really got into it, right?
They just used
that whole trilogy
weapons.
is like wasted potential.
Yeah.
The first one was setting it up, giving us some character stuff.
Yep.
Doing some housekeeping with, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Leia.
Second movie trying to change up the script a bit.
Second movie, I don't care. Rian Johnson not caring about space stuff, making some of the worst shit there.
Oh, yeah.
Not caring about that very much. Not caring about doing shit with Finn, right? He's like, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then
he didn't care about Finn. He didn't care about
doing some
Poe.
doing some cool stuff with like, and they furthered this with the Obi-Wan show where they're like, there are lots of fucking Jedis. There are Force sensitive people everywhere.
Yep.
And being like, this is the start of something new, and doing interesting stuff. And doing cool stuff with Luke, and he's doing shit that nobody's ever done because he had a rough patch in his life. We all hate it for some reason. And everybody hated it, and then they just did fuck all and then they didn't expand on it. That movie didn't help because they only focused on Luke and the Force and their personal relationship, Rey and Kylo and stuff like that. So then they had one movie left to try to be like, what's up with the Knights of Ren? What's up with the current fucking politics of the New Republic, which is boring, but like kind of needs
You
to
need
make
to know the
sense when
status
you-
of the world
when you're
because
like
the
they're
world
the
wouldn't make any
rebellion
sense.
now. Like they never explain like the First Order's taking over planets and they're trying to get in charge again or whatever. You know what I mean? So like it was definitely a combined effort of Rian Johnson and fucking J.J. Abrams, but instead of thinking like let's run with some of the things we have and then do some cool new stuff, they fucking just tried to backtrack and fuck with things nobody cares about and be like, let's
No
change
normal
this,
person cares
let's
about.
change this, and let's fix this, and let's do that. And then at the end of the day, they ended up doing nothing.
Nope.
So that being said, at least with this stupid Boba Fett show, because that's where we're still at, somewhere in the middle
Sorry.
there, they did, no, somewhere in the middle there, at least they were like, Luke's doing a thing. And it's dumb, but like, it's something, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I'm at on that.
Yeah. Moving
That's
right
my
along.
rant where
Moving-
I take whenever there's something Star Wars related, I swoop it into me being mad about fucking them ruining the Rise of Skywalker and that people don't like The Last Jedi for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons. Entirely the wrong reasons. Yeah. No. Moving right along. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Good fucking show.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is a good fucking show.
It is really good. It has a lot of pacing issues.
Yeah.
But I have a rant about that that's separate.
They took a movie, a loose movie script and then stretched it out, right?
Yeah.
Is probably what they did.
Yeah. Because they literally do the same thing for 4 episodes.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they said they were making a movie.
It was supposed
and
to
I
be.
kept thinking it was a movie,
I think it was.
and then
supposed
it
to be
was,
a movie.
and then it was a show. So don't quote me on that, but that seems like what they did. And the middle act goes on way too long. But the first act, but there is like a middle. There's like a first act, second act, third act. Third act's the last 2 episodes. And then it's just that second act that they stretch over because they get the first act done in 1 episode, basically.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one.
All right.
I think it's the first 2 when he's just like.
Well, if that's the case, then it's paced perfectly. If that's what you believe. Or the second act's dragged out too long.
I think the second act is dragged out way too long because no, it's the third act. It's the third act because the second act ends in like 1 episode. Because the second act is when because the second act is when he really ends up on the back foot after Vader fucks him up.
That's true. You're
And
right.
then the third act goes for like 3 episodes.
They have a standoff to
3 to
have
4
yet
episodes.
another standoff. Yeah, I think who cares? There's pacing issues.
Yeah, let's
But
not try to fix Obi-Wan because
there are at least the acts, but at some point they're stretching parts of those out, right?
Yeah.
I think is the point we're trying to make. He continues to be a good actor who takes, I think, that character, despite there being a huge disparity between how people remember the prequels versus what they really are.
Dude, that opening recap of the prequels made me want to watch the prequels again. And I never want to do that. And you make me watch Attack of the Clones with you all the fucking time. And you hate that movie.
I can't stop watching Attack of the Clones.
It's
I don't
so
know why.
It even made Revenge of the Sith look good. And I hated that movie.
I can't watch
I
Revenge of the
hated
Sith.
that
I don't
movie.
like it.
I hated that movie more than I hated Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones is a worse movie.
It is.
Revenge of the Sith is 40 minutes of guys just rave dancing. They're all coked up and swinging their light sticks around, having a great time over a lava pit.
That the recap they do, they make
so good.
They make those prequels look fucking awesome.
The way that the music is great in it, the way it's edited, just like, and I think there's deleted scenes in there.
I believe they were adding.
I'm
some
not
deleted
sure,
scenes.
dude. It's been so long
or-
since I've actually paid attention when you've made me watch these movies again.
For sure. And that's what I mean. He continues to take that character and make him so cool and like really make you believe some things that I think the movie failed to portray to the
Definitely.
to the audience.
Well,
like,
and
he
like-
makes me believe that Anakin and him had this great brotherly relationship when they never actually showed
The scenes
way.
between him and Vader break my heart.
Yeah.
They're good.
I will say, I know people make fun of, well, first of all, I don't film myself doing it, so it's not the same thing. People make fun of people who get very emotional at like fucking billion-dollar properties, especially because I don't care about the fucking prequels. But I'm like, the last episode of that show, I was like, holy shit, this was all worth it for this scene.
Yeah.
Like, this just adds a lot to the prequels going into the original trilogy,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think it really... I would say this whole thing is kind of unnecessary, but I think that made it worth it and a good watch and a good supplement to the Star Wars canon.
No,
the Star Wars
I think it was a very, very worthwhile for Obi-Wan. More than the Skywalker canon, it's just Obi-Wan himself.
I kind of meant the Skywalker saga. But
yeah. No, I know what you mean. I thought it was like I don't know what Ewan McGregor's personal thoughts were revisiting the character and exploring him deeper and stuff, but he put so much heart into, and he always has, into the character of Obi-Wan, despite the fact that he has not been written well for the majority of younger Obi-Wan's days, of younger Obi-Wan, of his betrayal. Because like you find out that episode 1, 90% of Qui-Gon was supposed to be Obi-Wan, like, and that's why he's just
reshoots.
Yeah, that's why he's just chilling on that ship the whole time, doing God knows what, just hanging out with the other fucking random cannon fodder on there, and then being like, "Oh no, my master." And it would have been
patch.
Yeah, Qui-Gon wasn't supposed to show up till Coruscant. And it would have been so much greater if the whole time we're hearing about Qui-Gon and when my master meets you. It would explain why the negotiations were so bad and why he was just like, "Yo, this kid's dope, man. I'm gonna take look at this kid. He's cool." The whole time, and then maybe Qui-Gon's like, "No, fuck that kid," or because Qui-Gon barely cares about that kid anyway. I've watched Phantom Menace again. He doesn't give a shit. He just wants to stick it to the council. That's all it is. But anyway, no, and it would add a little more depth to his character, I think, because you're doing that like the Sauron build where you never see Sauron, you just know he's a piece of shit, when you finally reveal the Emperor. But what the fuck? I went on a stupid tirade there. He hasn't always been very well written and everything. He's a very boring character in all the other ones, and in this one, he's got some depth. He's got some. He's messed up. We come in on him being terrified to do anything. Like, and this was Obi-Wan. This guy was laughing his ass off, hacking up battle droids and, taking on Grievous. Hello there.
Yes. He does get his sense of humor back by the end of it. Which is nice.
And it was so good to watch him overcome these obstacles that he placed on himself. The fact that he's detached from the Force is great. I'm not going to even start on how much it bothers me that they just took so much out of fucking Fallen Jedi or Fallen Order.
Well, that's kind of what I want to talk about. And that
sucks because I was like, this is begging for Cal. Show me Cal. They talk about the path. The path wouldn't exist without Cal.
Yes.
And I was hoping, like, at least give me a mention of his name. And I know they mention Quinlan Voss, and I've only read one other comics about him, and he's pretty dope. I would have liked to have seen him. Bring in another guy and be like, "No, dude, we don't. Just give me the kid. Let's go." It's just something. Just have Cal show up real quick, or like when they find the hideout.
Him and Reva could have something. They are similar,
dude.
Ages of when that shit went down, right?
Yeah.
But again, they just ripped off. Yes, they took stuff from fucking Jedi Fallen Order, and part of me is like, that sucks because you have Cameron Monaghan. They made the character look photo realistic to what he looks like, right? He didn't just. They did mocap, right? They didn't.
Yeah, and he could easily translate into.
He could easily just play that character live action, right? part of me is like, well, cool. Some of the good ideas they had in that game that I really liked, now more people are having access to them because not everybody plays video games. But I'm also like, it's a bummer because I've seen some of this before. Now it's just Obi-Wan instead of Cal Kestis. And I really think that he would have fit into that story super well. The fans would have lost their fucking minds.
I would have liked to have seen a conversation between him and Cal because him and Cal were clearly suffering the same PTSD issue.
Yeah. They were doing the same thing, working bullshit jobs, like fucking staying hidden. Whatever.
Yeah, he's scrapping ships. He's just scrapping a sand manta.
Yeah. But it is what it is. Fucking. I really thought it was going to happen. EA put out a teaser for the next game, like right before the show launched.
Yep.
And I was like,
the Grand Inquisitor's in it, and everything.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is happening. This is going to happen.
Yeah.
Why make the character look exactly like the man who voices him, who happens to be a very good actor anyway?
If you're never going to use him.
Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking. But,
no, it's a real ball drop on that one.
But they did take some of those ideas, the Inquisitor Tower and all the obviously that was to get away from Reva. In the game it was Vader
and real quick, I want to get this out of the way. I don't like Reva.
Okay.
At all. I thought that it was going to be revealed that she was just bad at pretending to be bad, but she was good the whole time, and was like, oh, this is all a big scheme and everything. And I mean, it is kind of that, but no, she's just so filled with anger and hate. Like,
you remember from this is why playing Fallen Order made that character work for me. I think if I hadn't played that, I would have felt the same way as you. But like, their whole thing is that they just take them and fucking just twist them.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about acting capabilities.
Oh, sure.
I can't believe that was the best read they got. I
know she's been in other stuff. I don't know the actress super.
I've seen her in other stuff, and she's good. Like when she was towards the end of by the end of the show, when she was changed.
Sure,
I liked her a lot more. Because she seemed more natural. Just trying to be evil did not work for her. Like that seemed like it was outside her scope.
But
then she's also written over the top.
I agree.
She's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I just thought that she was kind of the weak point.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that at all. I think what they did with her though, took one of the aspects that I liked in Fallen Order, and that was the vessel to tell that kind of story with how the Inquisitors work and what they try to do and how they try to turn them against them and make it seem like it's all the Jedi's fault this is happening to them.
Yeah,
and all that
shit.
Well,
I loved all of that. I love her whole story. I just wish I could get behind her more. It was so good. And I mean, her whole arc is really, really good. It's just that she falters sometimes. When she shows those cracks in her armor, the exchange between her and Obi-Wan at the door she's really good in that scene. I really liked her there. I bought her anger and her hate. Like, she knows this is just a means to an end. She doesn't fucking care about him or Leia.
Yeah.
This is all just another...
And she doesn't even know who Leia is.
This is all a pawn on the board. Leia is just important to Obi-Wan. That's it.
She just knows that's his friend's daughter. I'm gonna fucking lure him out. Like, she didn't know.
I need her for this.
And I guess we should get to when we get there, the whole idea of why did she actually even go to Tatooine? I was confused by, like, I get it. She was like, "Ha, got him. I know where he stays." But why did she want to kill Luke? Because there was nothing in that message that she read that would make her think like it was his kid or Vader's kid. I thought it was just like, this is where he hangs out. I'm going to go there. And they're going to have to show down. But she wanted to kill Luke. Why? How did she know who Luke was?
She didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't.
I guess it's like, I guess it was just like, if he finds out about the kids, and she's like, oh, he must be talking about Anakin, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares?
Maybe did he mention him specifically?
He didn't. Well, kind of.
Did he say the boy?
But remember, the message was all scrambled.
Fucked up. Yeah.
So it was just like Owen, Tatooine, the children. If he finds out, I'm gonna go. That was it. Like, cool. What? So I see her going there, and it being a dangerous situation that Obi-Wan has to go there. Like, I get that.
I think it was. She was gonna.
But like, why was she trying to kill Luke? Like,
I think it's because.
And even if she did know he was Vader's, what would be the point of that?
I don't think she knew any of that.
Okay.
As we're talking about it, I'm putting it together. The kid was important to Luke. To Obi-Wan.
Sure. But how she know?
The kid, she knew that the children were part of the thing. That's it. So she looked for Owen. She found Owen. There's the kid. I'm going to kill that fucking kid because all my friends are dead, and I'm still blaming Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I'm still mad about it. Yeah.
And that's all it was. That's all. It was simple. She didn't know who Luke was. She didn't give a shit who Luke was. She just wanted to hurt Obi-Wan. That's it.
All right. Okay.
That's
also I'm
not saying it's rock solid. It's really thin, but that's how I interpret it.
The thing is we, the audience, know who Luke is, right?
Yes.
And I think they just relied on that too much.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, it's like, what was her plan? Like,
her plan was to hurt Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
and kill
guess.
Anakin.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, she already like failed horribly.
Oh, she did terribly at that, so she was going to get one of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. No, and that's what I think. I think it was like, I'm going to kill Vader's kid. Fuck him. So that's why I was kind of like, I don't know, whatever. She did the right thing, right? But also, I need to watch this frame by frame. I'm going to be that guy. And I'm going to be like, was Luke's head already past the hatch while he's going up, climbing the ladder? And did he see her with a lightsaber or not? Because I'm just like, he's like, what the a lightsaber, you say? And then I'm just like, yeah, like the scary lady who came and chased you with the fucking lightsaber.
Picks it up and looks down the hole with it. And Obi-Wan just yanks it out of his. That's still one of my favorite scenes where he's just like, and he's like, give me that.
So, I mean, that's like a super nitpick. Who gives a shit?
That is a nitpick.
Just like I wasn't even paying attention. Somebody else pointed this out on the internet. Near the end, I kind of got what I wanted out of the show. So I was like, oh, he's talking to Leia, and it's just like, they're just talking. I didn't pay that close attention. I didn't realize that it was basically like, hey, don't let anybody know that we know each other. And I was like, oh, they're really actually setting up the fact that she, like, in her message sounds like she doesn't know who he is. That's funny. I find that very funny that they went out of their way to make that happen.
Yeah. We got it. Yeah. And dude, breaking with tradition for a lot of child actors, I thought Leia was incredible.
It's good.
I loved her.
It was good stuff.
Time.
I love how...
Yeah, she's a little precocious, and that's a little annoying. But like Luis is my favorite Bob's Burgers character. I'm
in full rant mode now, Josh.
I know, dude. I can barely get a word in.
I'm 3 beers in. I'm full rant mode. Okay. She was good. I agree. And the problem is, for whatever reason, it's always an actor's fault if something's written poorly, shot poorly, fucking anything poorly.
Which is why I felt bad about bringing up Reva, because like I don't want to be in that group of people, but I was not that impressed with her, even though she did have really good scenes, and that's why I want to give her her due.
Well, and that's the thing. If you're actually if it's performance problems, that is what it is. What it is, right? And with her performance was good. Most people seem to be mad about like the chase scene and this and it's like.
Well, and then there's that great group that keeps showing up that's like a black lady.
Yeah, oh God. And it's like, oh, I didn't realize that fucking the 8-year-old choreographed and directed that scene, right?
Like, no, that's just cares? A very poorly edited scene.
There's a group of people, Josh, I don't know if you know this, who are talking about John Krasinski as fucking Reed Richards, and they're like, oh, I'm so glad that Marvel decided to do this and show all the people who wouldn't shut up that he's a terrible Reed. Terrible. They're like, huh, remember when he was like, oh, this guy, if he uses his mouth, he's gonna, and then he turns to spaghetti. That was so terrible. He was a terrible Reed. And I was like, I didn't realize that he wrote the dialogue and also did the special effects. And dude, I'm not kidding. there's like a huge thing where everybody's like,
are they forgetting everything that took place before that? Minus they're like, yo, this guy's gonna blow your fucking head off. He was great as Reed. He was logical. He was scientific. He was methodical. That's Reed, man.
It doesn't matter. The things
Oh
the things that they did, that was John Krasinski's fault.
And not only
that,
and I'm okay. Give me a minute here. Fuck you. That scene was written great. Not you, but those people. Fuck that, dude. He was great. He was awesome.
And now
apart from the whole stupid this guy's got a baby. He's gonna it's gonna be bad. And then getting spaghettified and everything. And but he is an arrogant guy. He's just like, no, this is how it is. I've figured it out. I've dialed it all in. That's Reed. He's kind of a douche. Deal with it. No, Krasinski was great in a fucking movie. It's not his fault. It's not fucking Raimi's fault. It's not anybody else's fault. He was fine. You're an asshole.
Yeah, people are taking that as like, oh, that was them showing us that we were dumb to want that. And from what I understand, Raimi was saying like, yeah, that they didn't want him to do it, that they didn't want him to cast him because Feige was like, no, and that they're like, he's strictly that universe's Reed, and they are recasting for.
No.
Yeah, that's what I understand. That's just what I read. And I'm saying there is a huge group of people out there who are like, I'm glad they did it so everybody could see how bad he is.
What a bunch of fucking tools. I bet you they're the same assholes that were like, I hope John Krasinski gets it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because they're fucking fanboys.
But then all of a sudden he gets spaghettified, and then they're like, I hated him. It was his fault. It's the Hayden Christensen hate, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yes, there are some line reads that are very bad, but also
and
look at
Christensen, not a great actor.
Look at the fucking dialogue the kid had to read.
Look at Natalie Portman.
Yeah,
great
actress, amazing actress. Love is blind.
I watched Black Swan the other day, dude.
Yeah. Darren Aronofsky makes good fucking movies.
Dude, movie's fucking trippy.
I always thought that he was like...
And she's really good in that movie.
I always thought that he was some sort of like a Roman Polanski type. like a foreign little guy who's like, ooh, I love making movies and it's the art.
Well, and his name's Darren Aronofsky.
And then he's just like a bro dude. He's like a normal bro dude.
What's up, bros?
Yeah. I was like, this is Darren Aronofsky.
I made Mother, dude. It's like a total metaphor for like planet Earth and shit, dude. It's really fucking sick.
Like, I bang out most of the chicks that I cast in my movies.
Jesus, Darren. No. Oh, you're not foreign and weird. You're just weird.
I also feel bad we brought up Roman Polanski in 2 back-to-back episodes.
Fuck Roman Polanski. Chinatown's still a great movie, but fuck Roman Polanski. Anyway.
Obi-Wan.
No. Obi-Wan. Yeah, no. Leia's a good fucking kid actress. She was awesome. I loved her. That scene in the back of the cart with the stormtroopers, and he tells her and himself the story of her mom. Oh my God, that shit got me. Yeah. Like that shit. Every time he brought up Padme. Well, I mean, he did break him up, but
you brought him here.
You brought him, liar. Anyway, when he tells her that story, and he's like, her mom passed and she was awesome, and all that stuff, and then at the end of the show, when he says, let me tell you the good parts about your dad and what I liked about your dad, and let me tell you the good parts about your mom, that was awesome. That shit made their characters so much better.
I know. Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he actually convinced me through his great performance that, like, wow, those were fucking characters and this was like a tragedy, when in reality it was just like, liar and fucking nonsense, right?
And then like I said it, Hayden Christensen, not a great actor. Sure. He's not. But in this movie, I don't know if age has improved him or not, but I really liked him in this.
Yeah,
the few scenes, like the last scene where he's like, "You didn't kill me, I did."
Yeah,
it's
so good.
It's so fucking good, and the fact that it fluctuates between James Earl Jones and his voice, and
that shit, and like they did the lightsaber glows on the face and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which they did in fucking Force Awakens, but
but yeah, and you get like the metaphor of it, you know, like oh, it's a blue glow, now it's a red glow.
Yeah.
But
no, it was so
really
good with the
it.
voice, what they did, and yes,
the voice hit really well,
and just like when he sees his face, and I was like, holy shit, we're gonna see his face. Yeah, cuts it open, and then it's just holds on Obi-Wan for a long time, and then he's just like, I'm sorry, right?
Yeah,
like, and he's just like, bro.
He's smiling too.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's just such a piece of shit, dude.
But you see, and I do like, I mean, the Emperor looked kind of weird, but I guess it was like pre-super melty face. I don't know. But I like.
I feel like his face was more melty in Return of the Jedi than it was in Revenge of the Sith.
So they just met in the middle on that one.
And I'm like, cool. All right,
sure.
we still got like a, I don't know, relatively young, not completely corrupted, evil Emperor.
He still has to. They still have the Senate still around, right? So he has to act like he's not a crazy person.
He's like, oh, I've been. Mace Windu did this to me.
We didn't talk about
God.
pro-fascism alien, which was funny.
Oh, God. Right? Like, you know, the Empire fucking hates you, dude, right? They are xenophobic to the core.
His name was Frank.
His name was Frank.
He's like
Zach Braff. Do you know
was
that?
it Zach
Braff?
Okay.
I thought it was Seth Rogen.
I don't know who I was like, it's a familiar voice, and it made me laugh. But Zach Braff, that's funny.
No, and you know, he wasn't supposed to sell him out at the end. That was apparently Zach Braff's idea to be like,
okay.
no, I'm going to sell him out, dude.
Yeah,
I want to be.
Where he was just like, he's like, a couple strays you should probably check out. And I like that, where he's like super nice, but he's also like, I love my fascist government.
Yeah.
Like,
isn't it great, boy?
I don't believe you guys seem nice. It's a kid, but fuck you.
It makes me think. There's a line in Tombstone that made me think of that guy, and it's after these two characters have a gunfight and they shoot out. One guy shoots off another guy's ear. And then the sheriff comes up and he's like, hey, boys, I'm going to need to collect your weapons. And he's like, oh, law and order every time. And that's what I thought of every time. That guy was just like, oh, yeah, no. I'll do some fucked up shit, but law and order, it's great. That's me. I love the Empire. It's great.
But, fuck, dude, I forgot where I was even at. I don't know why I wanted to talk about, pro-fascist alien.
No, it was good because that's good world building.
Yes.
Like, some people actually think that the Empire's doing the right thing.
Oh, I was
and
talking
it
about
doesn't matter.
I was talking about the Emperor. That's right. And I was saying he has to keep it up, right?
Yeah.
Because the Senate's still around. But yes, I like at the end when Vader's like, we're gonna fucking find him, and the Emperor's like, why? Like,
oh yeah, no, I don't see.
He's like, I think
feelings are entirely clear.
I think you turn into an idiot when you're around your master.
And he did. And I've seen people complain about Vader taking off after Obi-Wan, and I'm just like, no, that's
what he was doing.
He maneuvered an entire fleet to go after his kid and one fucking spaceship.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. That was the move, right? It was. He hadn't fully gotten over what had happened.
Yeah.
And that was them kind of settling.
Well, and look at Empire Strikes Back. They're hunting down the Millennium Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
It's one ship. They're not going after the Rebel fleet. They're going after the... Yeah. They brought a Super Star Destroyer to go after the Millennium Falcon.
That was them fucking settling it, and that was like the Emperor being like, you got to let this go, man. Like, are you evil or not? Because that's the thing. That's why Obi-Wan was able to beat him yet again. Because he's got him on tilt. Because he's all emotional. And he's fucking mad. And he's all confused. And the fucking Emperor is like, bro, just forget it. Like, you clearly don't think straight.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah. You clearly are not thinking straight when you're fucking going after this guy. He gets in your head. Just let him go. Yeah. And I really like that because, like, part of me was like, they can't kill one another. The original trilogy has to happen.
Yeah.
But they still managed to do something interesting there, where it was like,
I think the thing I liked the most about that fight was that he did something no one else ever did. And it's like, yo, I'm gonna fuck up this control panel on your chest. Fuck you, dude. And I like that his breathing got worse and worse and worse as it went. That's good audio
Hearing the wheezing is always fun.
Yeah.
I love that sound. Super good. Yeah, and it was all good. Like that whole, like what they did between those two characters is better than anything they did in the prequels, right?
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
for real.
No,
and it
and,
makes you almost believe that the prequel, that along with the recap, made you almost believe that the prequels were like this heartbreaking
and I know,
exercise in this relationship, which it wasn't. It was mostly shit.
And I know a lot of people were kind of complaining about Anakin Hayden Christensen daring to age. And honestly, I thought it added a depth to the time that they were together. I was just like, no, this makes more sense. They have a history together. They've been doing this for years. They've been fighting together for forever. He's a grown-ass man at this point, and he still has all these fucking problems that Obi's been trying to work out of him since he was a youth. This is much better than 20-year-old Anakin being like, oh, I'm going to...
I would prefer to have that scene than to not have that scene. And I would prefer to just then be like, it's been fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
Let him be 20 years older than to weirdly de-age him, right?
Don't
it's
do
like,
that. Yeah.
It's like, guys, we don't have enough things to complain
about
when it comes to Star Wars. This is what we're complaining about now. But
that's the thing, dude, where everybody gets mad about something, dude. They would have been mad if they had de-aged him. They would have been mad, and they're mad that they didn't. So what do? You pick one. And they went, and I'm glad that they picked the one that they did, because it adds so much.
Let him enjoy himself like he was willing to come back. He knows what we all did to him. We blamed him.
Dude, Jake Lloyd went to fucking jail, dude. That guy's in fucking shambles because of these assholes.
And then we were, and then I'm not part of the crowd that's like, the prequels were actually good. But I also will, like you said, I make you watch Attack of the Clones all the time.
There's a lot of good shit in those movies that they just don't make good movies. But guess what?
It's in my mind mostly. And this did a very good job of making how I remember the prequels and their relationship. It did a good job of playing on that, not how it actually was.
What it does is bring up the good bullet points of the good plot points of those movies and not the movies.
It was the reverse. It was the Uno reverse positive version of what happened with the sequel trilogy. This was like, oh yeah, oh god, they did all the stuff. Oh man, I remember how good, and oh Obi-Wan, and it's so sad, and it made us feel positive things about shitty movies.
Yeah.
Where when everybody was complaining about the sequel trilogy stuff, I was outside of the third one, everybody hates it, and they're all right. When people were complaining about that kind of shit, I was like, well, who is Rey? You gotta have the Force if you depend this and that. I was like, it was the opposite problem, where people were misremembering the original trilogy and then using it to knock down. And I'm like, these people are misremembering how those movies were.
Yeah.
And it's funny that had a negative impact on the sequel trilogy, but misremembering the prequels is only a positive when it comes to doing like this type of show, right? It's really, Star Wars is a strange property at this point in our lives.
Well, I feel like it's not really the property itself. It's the fan base.
It's fandom. Yeah. You're probably right.
Because you're going to piss off the old fans because there's no Thrawn trilogy and there's, Boba Fett didn't get dug out of the fucking...
It is good that they did...
Sarlacc pit by Dengar and all that shit.
Yeah.
And,
it is good that they did bring Thrawn back into canon.
I like that they've been able to work him in because I love Thrawn and I'm glad that he's still Thrawn, even though he's a little lesser than he was originally. But
I hate to go back. I hate to go back to Boba Fett, but what the fuck was up with him? He climbed out of the Sarlacc pit in his armor and then was like, I'm going to go look for my armor, and fucking fly straight into the Sarlacc. And I was like, bro, it's not in there.
This is why I say it was an elevator pitch, because it was clearly not plotted at all.
It was so strange. I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
And then, dude, the thing that got me about that, and like I have a joke about that for Obi-Wan too, is like, why are you so close? Why get out of the fucking ship, dude? You know, like, and then in Obi-Wan, he's just sitting there hovering in that snow speeder, just like beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Again, I don't let petty shit ruin a whole episode of a show.
No, that didn't ruin the episode. I just thought it was hilariously stupid.
But that episode was full of that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Him just like pew 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 pew. Ah man, I'm gonna get her in my snow speeder. And I was like, she can literally like reach out and slap you. That and fucking Obi-Wan having the trench coat escape plan. I think it's goofy fun. But
I was gonna say I thought that was wacky.
But
dude.
some
That's
people
good.
are just like, this is ridiculous.
What was he supposed to do? Hide her on his back?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He should have got on her shoulders. And it should have been like fucking gold member or whatever the fuck.
Little rascals. Little rascals.
What's your social security number? 7. So yeah, fucking Obi-Wan. It's good. We didn't take a pee break.
Yeah, we didn't take a pee break at all. We just kept on recording. And now we can't remember where we were.
But yeah, it's just it's crazy to me. It's probably like the cheapest looking
it's not shot particularly well. It's not edited great.
Yeah,
but
nothing happens very well. But like the parts that need the things that hold this together,
the story
and make
and
it
the
necessary
character,
are executed so well.
I was really sad about the Imperial chick. I really liked her a lot.
Yeah,
I liked that we got a sympathetic Imperial where she's like, "No, we went too far. We killed kids."
Seeing the beginnings, the beginnings of the rebellion, right?
Yeah. And that's great because I didn't even really take that into account. Some of those rebels could be former Imperials.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
And I know in the books, I think in Rogue Squadron, one of the pilots is a former Imperial. He was a TIE fighter pilot, and they basically have him under arrest the whole time, and he's only allowed to come out every once in a while, if I remember right.
Yeah,
it's been a long time since I read X-Wing.
It's like what they did with Riz Ahmed, right? Defecting, and that was like a big push. For
the most interesting character in Rogue One, him and the droid. You know,
it's so strange to me, the world that I live in, when it comes to how much I care about Star Wars. Not to a degree where I'm a crazy person, but that movie has like grown on me.
Rogue One has grown on me as well,
and I'm like, it's not particularly good. And
no, I still have a lot of complaints.
It kind of doesn't add anything to Star Wars, in my opinion, to be honest.
It's a lot of unnecessary shit, but it's to this date the only Star Wars that had an actual space battle.
You want to hear my hot take, Josh? Rogue One should have been a 6-episode series.
Yes.
And Obi-Wan should have been a 2.5-hour movie.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That would They could have made the characters in Rogue One characters instead of nothing.
Yeah.
And they could have taken the emotional beats and the acts of Obi-Wan and made that into a nice tight movie.
Dude.
Yeah, that's what they should have done.
Dude, you're making me sad right now because I'm just like, fuck. Rogue Squadron, the show, Rogue One, the show would have been incredible.
I just fucking totally forgot. There's a trailer out for the fucking the guy in Rogue One, his show.
Oh.
What the fuck is his name?
I don't remember.
Fuck.
I don't even remember the actor's name.
Diego Luna's show.
Which honestly is a Star Wars enough name as it is.
I agree. Yeah.
Just put a hyphen in Diego.
I completely forgot. I was like, I don't know where they go from here. Oh fuck. Yeah, they already have another show with 2 shows with Marshall's
Kasdan, Kaz.
No, we're thinking. I think
Cosmodan.
Cosmodan.
I've played WoW. I know what I'm talking about.
Anyway.
Four beers deep.
Star Wars and X-Men, man. That's where you get our rants.
Yeah. Star Wars, X-Men, Star Trek a bit.
A little bit of Star Trek.
A little bit of Star Trek.
Classic ketchup. Check it out.
We got to finish those.
Dude,
I own Wrath of Khan.
Well, I was gonna say I do want to continue our series.
I very much do.
Of checking out all of the Star Treks. You know what I didn't expect to happen, Josh, is that Star Trek: The Motion Picture being such a fucking banger, and me wondering if Wrath of Khan is actually better. Because I'm not so sure.
I want to hear your opinion. We definitely need to do it, because I want to hear your opinion on that, because I have come around on the motion picture and been like, yo, dude, this is a good fucking movie. There's a lot of good in that movie. The movie kind of sucks structurally and with some of the characters, but we want people to go watch the fucking
watch the video, because I was the person being like, for a 70s movie, it was not paced that bad. I thought it was fine.
I just thought the gratuitous shots, like, they were very proud of their model work, and they do a lot of, and I love model work, so I like it. But at the same time, I'm just like, yo, really 5 minutes?
You know what? We've never. I don't think we've ever. We tell people to go check it out. We are insanely proud of that video. I think you should go check it out, because some of the editing and some of this cool stuff that we decided to do with that. Remember, I 10 times sped up that fucking sequence, and it was still, I think, a minute and a half long.
Yeah. You reduced it by half. Yeah.
10 times.
Yeah. No.
It was a 10-minute sequence almost.
That was one of our most ambitious moves, I think. And
I regret it a little bit.
It's one of our coolest things.
I regret it a little bit. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I spent 20 hours making one video where I probably should have spent 2 hours making 10 videos. Not on the same subject, but like...
Yeah, no, I get you.
We wanted that video to be perfect, and it was never going to be.
No, but I think it was good.
But it's a really good video that we're very proud of. So, like, people probably should go to our YouTube and watch our Star Trek: The Motion Picture classic catch-up video. We put dozens of hours into that video.
That was a lot of time and a lot of work.
And if you wonder why, like, we've drug our feet on making another one, it's because it seems like a very daunting task when really we probably should scale back. We should probably scale back the scope of those videos to be able to make more of them, right?
I mean, we probably could be better at it now and be able to do the same quality.
Sure.
But
yeah,
no, that's a good video, dude.
That's a little behind the scenes out of nowhere.
I don't want to sit here and jerk ourselves off or anything, but we did put a lot of time in.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you if it's good or if you like it or how. But we're very proud of it. We put a lot of work into it.
Yeah. I
don't think I've always like, hey, you should check it out.
You have never tooted your own horn, dude.
But like, honestly, that
unironically,
that should be getting more attention, I think.
I'm awesome.
And crazily enough, Viacom CBS didn't copyright strike.
Has never grabbed us. Yeah.
When we did Halloween, fucking immediately. That's
Halloween and John Wick 2.
Yeah. Let's not talk about the John Wick 2 not being on YouTube. But the Halloween one immediately demonetized. Crazy. But yeah, anyway. Obi-Wan, am I right?
Great show, man.
I didn't expect it.
I thought I was gonna like it. I didn't think I would have. I would like it as much as I did by the end. I was just like, this is. It is a good. It's not as good as Mandalorian season 1 to me, but it is a damn good set. Like, if they had come out with this after Mandalorian, I would be much more excited about projects further down the road, dude. And I'm excited now, even though I don't give a shit about Diego Luna's character from Rogue One. We just talked about it. I'm so mad at you for bringing up the idea of a fucking full season of that instead of one shitty 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
If this had been their next project, dude, they should have done that. They should have come out with the bangers right off. I think they thought Boba Fett was going to be a banger, and it's not.
No.
But this was good. This is good TV, man. You get a lot of character development, and it elevates Obi-Wan, it elevates Anakin, it elevates Leia, it elevates goddamn Senator Organa. He's awesome. Jimmy Smits is awesome in the very few scenes he's in that movie. He's incredible. When he's given her Leia the pep talk, we're like, yeah, who fucking said that to you? You know, like it's mwah,
yeah. You see,
kiss.
yeah, you see Alderaan like.
You see Alderaan before it gets
I was gonna say it actually kind of makes you go like, oh shit.
I mean, it's kind of weird because it looks like just a bunch of fucking space dildos in the middle of the woods. But it put a name to the exploding planet. Yeah,
right?
there's a people that lived there, you know, and it seems like some of them are dicks.
Yeah,
you know? I did think it was funny though, because did you catch it? The set they use for the banquet on Alderaan, it's the same set that they used for the bar in Solo.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because if you look, the windows it's set up exactly the same. They just dressed it down. It doesn't look as casino.
I was thinking they were reusing sets from Rogue One, where they showed Mads Mikkelsen like as an Imperial officer, like at events and stuff, because they were doing the same kind of political event kind of bullshit.
No, it's the exact same set from Solo. I'm
99%
positive on that one, dude.
I'll have to rewatch Solo. Not gonna happen.
Don't do that to yourself, dude.
That movie could have. See, you know what's so strange?
The movie as it is would have been better if it wasn't a Han Solo movie, and if they had made a Han Solo movie, it should have been better than that.
Yeah. Well, again, they made that a movie, and then this was a 6-episode kind of budget constrained.
This would have been a better
out
movie
show. It's like, what the fuck happened?
This would have been a better movie. Yeah.
What happened?
Just rolling the dice.
Right.
Solo's more popular than Obi-Wan. What they're underestimating is how good Ewan McGregor is at doing Alec Guinness's.
Yeah, and what part of me is like, all right, with Favreau and Filoni, it seems like they're gonna right this ship, but then they made fucking Boba Fett.
No one cared about Boba Fett.
So I was like,
I don't think they cared about Boba Fett.
So then this kind of doesn't even have the same budget, I think, even as Boba Fett got. So I'm kind of like, what are they doing? What's going on over there? I thought they were kind of righting the ship, and now I'm as confused as ever.
Well, season 2 of Mandalorian is a mixed bag. I like a lot of season 2 myself.
I think I like season 2 more than I like season 1.
See, and I'm on the fence because I really liked season 1 apart from one episode. Season 2 has so much good shit in it. I'm kind of like, I don't know. You know?
Season 1 to me felt like the episodic show that they were kind of like, I think they didn't expect it to blow up, right?
No.
And then instead of buckling under the weight of expectation with that second season, they actually killed it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And that's why I think that second season is so good. Outside of the Luke stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
That's one thing, right? I'm not going to let the ending ruin a great season.
Oh, no. I think, God, because even the Frog Lady episode where they end up stuck on the ice planet, you get that dope chase with the X-Wings, and I love watching X-Wings. I love watching X-Wings fly, especially in atmosphere. TIE fighters look dope as shit in space. X-Wings look dope as shit flying in atmosphere. And that chase through the clouds is incredible.
So good.
The dog fight he has with the 2 TIE fighters where he climbs real quick, hits the brakes, flips the ship back over, and just blows that thing out. The speeder chase is so good in where they blow up the old bunker.
Where they go back,
Yeah, they blow up the old bunker. That's awesome. No, there's so much good shit in that, and the deeper you get into the Mandalorian culture and it and everything, it's awesome. I love the episode where the heist to take over the Imperial the cargo carrier is awesome.
Yeah.
Where you meet the Starbuck, and she's like, "Yo, I'm the Mandalorian princess, and I'm dope." I loved that. That was awesome. Everything about that episode is great. It's my favorite episode of the second season. Bill Burr's character, Jesus Christ. God, now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, yo, season 2 was really dope, dude.
Yeah, no, like, because when everybody was losing their mind over, and you can probably go back and listen, I was like, yeah, I think it's good. Like,
because I was high on it, and you were kind of like, nah, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's good. Like, it's fine. And then I think the second season is when they really sold me, and I was like, okay, everybody was right. This is fucking awesome. And that's why I'm, like, not letting the fact that Baby Yoda is still around really ruin it for me.
Okay. Okay.
But you're not wrong. That is a cop out, right? Of having to write something
Just
new.
chase the cash. Yeah. No. Make something new. Keep going. Find out. I want to focus on DeJaren now. Because DeJaren has his own quest, and I hope that Baby Yoda takes a back seat.
Sure.
And is literally just like, yo, man, I'm with my boy now.
Yeah.
Maybe put it forward a bit. Maybe he's grown a bit, and now he talks.
Honestly, that's what I think they should do. I'm just kind of like, he can't just be Baby Groot forever, right? Like,
yes.
they need to have Teenage Groot was awesome, right?
Teenage Groot, yeah, moody Teenage Groot, where they're just like, hey, like, don't say shit like that, you know? Like, yeah, dude. They,
Start paling guys.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I am Steve Rogers.
I am Steve. God, that one still gets me. I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers.
Yeah, so, yeah. Again, I feel like they could have fucked it up in the second.
Okay, dude, you're giving me a little bit more hope for 3. Because I'm just like, all right, no, age him up a bit. Have some time pass.
Have some time. I think that's the real answer.
Have some time
pass. Yeah. And yeah. I think that's where they're at. But again, it's easy to be pessimistic because they're gonna fuck it up. Like the Star Wars in general, I mean,
their track record is not positive enough for me to be like, no, this next one's going to be good. It's, but then like 2 good seasons of Mandalorian, 1 bad show, and then Obi-Wan, which is just borders on great to me. I really love the show. There's a little bit there that I have some, it's mostly nitpicks. But it doesn't hit like Mandalorian does. I think it's the nostalgia bait of it. Mm-hmm. God, it's
not pushing the needle forward too. That's the other problem.
Yeah. Well, and I think it is pushing it forward because there's so much good character and so much good story in there that but you're very limited. I think that elevates it though, because with Boba Fett, the thing that makes me the most angry about Boba Fett is that
it was a blank slate.
It's a blank slate. You can do anything. You can do so much. There's so much wasted potential in that show. They did nothing with his character. He did nothing. Apparently, he pisses off everybody.
Yeah.
By doing nothing. You bring in Jennifer goddamn Beals to play a club owner, and nothing happens, and then the bar blows up. Like, yeah. Oh God. And then in this one, you bring in the girl from Game of Thrones, from the she was Pedro Pascal's wife in Game of Thrones.
Right. Yeah. You're right.
Or wife or sister. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And she does so much. She's such a good character.
It was his sister. That was the
because the kids were hers.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that was the season I skipped.
That was season 5, right?
Because she was gonna kill
Cersei.
She was gonna kill the Cersei's kids.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because
then I believe Jaime had to go and save them or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they end up getting. Why are we talking about Game of Thrones?
Anyway, no. Well, my point is you bring in
part of that.
You bring in big name known actors and stuff like that because everybody knows her by now.
Yeah.
And she kills it. She has one dumb scene where she goes and knocks out a guy and throws him unconscious in the hall.
Just was like, leave him there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was dumb. But
sure, that episode was dumb. But it was fine.
The Obi-Wan bits were cool, where he's sneaking around and you get to see him like trying and he can't hold the glass back and floods a whole fucking
the stuff
tube.
They stole from Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Again, a lot of people do not play video games.
Yes, very true. But if you haven't, at least look up some playthroughs of Fallen Order.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
The game is so good, and it's the first time they really introduced the PTSD angle, to my knowledge, where Cal's got serious problems. He's really scared, and you feel it, and it's a damn good story. It's a damn good story.
Very similar stuff to this show.
Yeah.
Of the flashbacks of Order 66 and how that affected especially children.
Yes. Oh yeah, the younglings, which
Yeah.
is a stupid fucking name.
Well,
But
and then they
still,
said
they call them children.
Okay, remember when I told you that in Star Wars they don't just call children younglings? I was like, that's dumb. It's like Padawan, Master, Jedi, whatever. I was like, younglings
Knight,
is what they call Knight. Younglings is what they call the children training to be Jedis. But
The
then,
potentials, yeah.
But then that's not what it is. But then in this one, it kind of is what it is, because fucking Vader tells her, like, you think I didn't see it, youngling? Like I knew you were one of the fucking younglings.
Oh god! And by the way, dude, just to get back on that real quick, just a quick note in here, real quick. Her fight with him, where he doesn't even pull a blade, dude. He's just like, "Fucking, are you serious?
Yeah.
I can
Are we
do this all
doing
day, bro."
this? Are we doing this?
Just dodging around her, like, "Okay, you done? All right, this is mine now.
Yeah.
Now here's mine
Yeah.
and yours. I'm gonna fuck you up."
It was so good. But like then Obi-Wan was just like, yeah, when he was talking to Reva, he was like, there's children in here.
Yeah.
Like there's children.
Yeah.
Not fucking younglings. They're so inconsistent with that I feel like I'm right.
I feel like you're
younglings is a term for children in Jedi training.
Yeah,
Yes.
potentials. Yeah, no, because you become a youngling. I figure it's the hierarchy. You're a youngling, you get a master, you're a Padawan.
Yeah.
You're a cadet, basically. And then from there you go to knight and then master. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you.
Okay.
Because they're kids. They're untrained. They don't know what they're doing. There's just a bunch of kids there's a bunch of kids that know how to have the Force.
It's also very strange to me that they refuse to acknowledge, because they kind of did this in Fallen Order. They refuse to acknowledge how kind of fucked up it is that they just like take these children away from their families to train them in this religious cult, because like Obi-Wan is just like, that's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
When he's talking to Leia, right?
It was, because like...
And then even Reva was like, oh, it was the only family I knew. She wasn't mad at the Jedis. She was just kind of like, he killed my family because my real family I was taken from and taken to this cult.
It's the Finn child soldier thing that never really got fully addressed until... This was the only part I liked about Rise of Skywalker, and I remember it being my defense point of when we were talking about it, and I was like, I kind of liked a lot of the shit they had in there, because there's good shit in there. It's just all terrible.
I get what you mean, yeah.
Because, like, she's like, no, I was a child soldier too, and, like, there's a bunch of us that were like, no, fuck this. And it
was the one bit of world building
addressed.
that they did, and it was important to Finn.
And that should have been addressed in these movies. And there's a part where Obi-Wan in the show is just like, I remember glimpses.
Yeah.
And he has this, and it's Ewan McGregor again being a good fucking actor, having this kind of look in his eye, and then just going, but the Jedi were my family. They're way better.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there's a brainwashing that takes effect.
Sure.
And it's sad as fuck. And you really need to fucking grab onto that, but I don't feel like anybody knows how to handle that.
Well, and that's why like a lot of people really like Dooku, because they did a lot of stuff in the novelizations and other stuff. Is like, he was not just evil. He really just had a philosophical disagreement with the Jedi Order, and he was just being taken advantage of by Palpatine. Basically, he was Anakin
before Anakin.
Yeah. They when they said he's not, he's a political idealist, not a terrorist or whatever they said, like, that was true. He really was just like,
fuck the Jedi.
The Jedi Order is fucked, and he was just
see so much of this shit. There's so many good ideas there, and they.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just, and that's why, like, if they keep doing shit like this, they might fucking make us all forget how bad they were, and fucking we just focus on the good shit.
I keep hearing from reputable sources that I consider reputable,
Sure.
that we need to watch Bad Batch.
We watched Bad Batch.
We watched one episode.
We watched
super
like
fucking drunk.
3 episodes.
Did we watch 3?
Almost fucking pass out drunk.
I was annihilated.
Yeah,
all
so
I
was
remember
I.
is one episode,
Dude,
dude.
there was 3 of them.
All right.
No,
all
no.
right.
Okay, I think it launched with 2, right?
It launched with
how they
2.
do- So we watched 2 because
Yeah.
we watched both. And
Yeah, that's right. Because then the call goes out
Yeah.
while they're there, and then the second episode is them like, "Yo, we got to get the fuck out of here."
yeah, and I just remember being like, ugh.
No, I hear it's a slow build kind of thing. I'm not saying we should check it out because I'm not. I cannot look at that animation. It's ugly
So
as
when
fuck
we're
to
when
me.
we're having, yeah, I agree. But when we're having these kind of discussions, like sometimes I'm kind of like, I guess we should because we don't know what we're talking about in this and this.
That's
and
why
this
I
and
bring it
this.
up because I'm just like, fuck, dude. Do we have to watch all this other crap? And it's like, because I can't stand the fucking Clone Wars. That show's so fucking stupid. But everybody's like, no, you gotta watch it. And I'm like, is there a point where you can definitively tell me that it's worth watching and not stupid as shit?
I guess we should address this before people get mad at us. We never watched the Clone Wars cartoon.
Nope.
But I will say in Boba Fett, when Alien Cowboy shows up, he was pretty cool.
I wanted more of him.
Yeah.
The show honestly should have been about Boba Fett, him, and Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah. Yeah. But then it was over, and I was glad.
Yeah. And I did like in Obi-Wan where you see the fucking broke down clone just sitting there begging for
Yeah,
change,
that was
dude.
fun.
I felt bad for him. I was just
I'm
like,
a veteran,
yo, bro,
yeah.
you saved the fucking galaxy. You're out here on the street
yeah.
in shitty fucking, in your busted ass armor begging for change. I don't know, dude. That hit me.
It was I agree, especially because Obi-Wan gave him some money.
Yeah.
And I was like, the guys who executed Order 66.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh wow, there's a lot going on in that one stupid cameo.
There's just
scene.
one quick
Yeah.
bit, dude, and a Jedi giving money to a guy that tried to murder him it's again good world building.
Fake Jedi, like con man Jedi,
Oh
Kumail
my God, we
Nanjiani.
didn't even talk
Yeah,
about
that was
I
that
want
was
a
good.
show all about if not Kumail Nanjiani's character, a character like him that's a fake ass Jedi that fucking gets in too deep.
Yeah.
Would be dope. Just Obi-Wan's a good fucking show, man. Check it out.
Yeah, I agree. And one of the times when Reva was in I'm full evil mode that she actually was good was just like immediately recognize that he wasn't a Jedi. Like, you're fucking so full of shit. Like,
Oh, God,
and
and
I know Obi-Wan did too.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
but he kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt
Yeah.
for a minute.
He's like, I am the best Jedi on this. And she's like, fuck off, dude. Yeah, just immediate. Yeah. She didn't pull a Obi-Wan where he's like, oh, I'm a funny guy.
Yeah.
I like a dry wit. Come here. Like, oh, yeah? You did cool shit? Oh, yeah. You're sensitive to the Force.
So do you think that Ghost Liam Neeson helped Obi-Wan build his house?
I hope so.
Because he's like, there's a lot of work to do. And he's like, you're damn right there is. I just left my cave. We got to build this house.
Obi-Wan season 2 is just Bob Vila in space.
Well, I love that they didn't even like leave. Sure, there's always room to make a season 2, but I love that like he had to be in the robes that he was wearing in A New Hope and move out of his cave because they were like, in case we don't make a second episode, if we don't show him going to the point what we expect him to be in,
if he doesn't
will
go through Beggars Canyon.
Yeah, people will fucking lose their minds, right?
I do. You know what's funny too is I liked like the trench coat and the long sleeve shirt look. I thought that looked dope as shit, and I was like, "Nah, man, you can leave it here." But
it's like DMC, right? Dante's got to have the white hair by the end of it.
Dude,
There was another. Oh, it was fucking bringing back our two things we love to rant about. It was fucking X-Men.
Xavier loses.
Yeah, Xavier
his
had to have
hair
his hair
has a
gone.
tragic backstory. God
he had to
damn
have
it.
no hair by
He
the end of
couldn't
the
just
movie.
be bald.
No.
He was like, nope, man, I got fucked up by Apocalypse.
Apocalypse fucked me up, dude.
No, dude, and it's fucking the stupid, like, quote unquote, they called it a plot. They did. They call it a plot hole. Why the Millennium Falcon had that gap in between of it. Oh, because he had to eject the fucking thing. Shut the fuck up. It just looks like that. Deal with it. It's cool as shit.
Well, I also love, we talked about it with Rogue One. Like, it wasn't a plot hole. It was the cockiness of the Empire. They didn't expect like anybody to attack the Death Star. It's like, who would do that? It was a design flaw. It blew up.
It's an exhaust port.
No. It was fucking Mads Mikkelsen fucking put it in there and
Designed
he sent it to
to
a
fly.
guy and he sent it to them. There was a big battle and everybody blew up.
Who was upset about
And
that?
then Darth Vader cuts up a bunch of extras in a hallway, and then a CGI Leia gets the plans.
I wanted to bring that up and juxtapose it with him in Obi-Wan Kenobi, because this movie nails him down as just an incredible sword fighter.
Yeah, it was.
He's just an incredible fencer. And like I brought up the fight with Reva and everything, how he's just like, you're slow as fuck. You know, just dodging around, moving around and stuff. He's like, dude, you're so fucking slow. You know, it's like, I don't even need to do shit. You know, there's an arrogance and a joy to him being like, no, I'm so much better than you. You know, and the fight between him and Obi-Wan, he's going after in the flashback. I mean, not so much in the other one, in the current timeline, in the flashback, not the current timeline.
Yes.
When he's fighting with him, he's just going after him, and he's just too headstrong, and it's the problem he has that the Emperor points out. He has to fucking win. That's all it is. He has to be better, and he gets blinded, and he doesn't recognize his own problems. But he is
actually
so good at fencing and sword fighting in that like it makes Rogue One look even more garish and over the top. Like it's like Michael Myers taking out an entire fire department.
Yes.
It's unnecessary and stupid.
That's exactly. Well, I hated that scene from the word go.
I hated it. I laughed so hard.
Part of me went like, okay, fine, right? Because it was kind of like, you know, when are we going to see Vader again, right? I guess have him rip up some guys. But as time went on, I was kind of like, who fucking cares?
You know what would have sold that scene so well and implied so much horror is just the door opens and it's all that dark like they had it, and you just see the lightsaber pop.
Yeah.
And you hear the breath. That's
it.
I don't need to watch him throw guys through the ceiling and shit like that.
No. And I was going to say that's what they did in Jedi Fallen Order as well.
I was going to say, dude,
yes.
when he shows up in Fallen Order,
It was
I literally
run away.
said, I literally went, fuck, and then just took off running. And apparently you can look behind you. I never did that. I ran like a little bitch.
He's doing a lot of cool stuff if you do look behind you, but I did it twice. Just because I was wondering what would happen if you stayed. Or whatever.
Oh no, dude! I legitimately got scared and ran away.
Yeah, but intimidation factor, and that's part of that's like we know how good he is at sword fighting, but again, he's half robot now, can't breathe, big cumbersome suit. He's like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna use the Force. I'm so much better than you, the dark side, etc. I do like that was so good that you would never see Vader just like, oh, a group of idiots. Fucking, I'm gonna take out my lightsaber and go to town.
No,
it's
he just walks in, shoves everybody out.
He wouldn't do that. He would just
yeah.
fucking throw everybody up into the wall, which he did with one guy, and then just walk through. But I like your idea of it should have just been like screams, and they're like, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta
and
go,
we don't
dude.
see what happens in that hallway, because then I would have been good with that scene. But it was like
no,
like most of that movie, it was Star Wars jerk off.
Yeah,
shit.
it's a wank fest, dude. No, all I want, dude. If they had just showed it, just a thing like that, and then pop like that, and then you just see one guy shudder or something.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, you're fucked. You know, like, and then hard cut. And then we come back to that, and it's the one guy going, "Oh, let's out of here!" And then he dies. That's all you needed.
Yeah, I forget how we started that conversation, but
I did too. That's on me, dude. I'm sorry about that.
But yes, no, they did a good job with like Vader's presence and like what he would be willing to even be bothered to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
He did a good job of just like,
never mind.
Whatever. Fucking Obi-Wan.
Watch it.
It's good. Who knows where Star Wars goes from here? Probably bad. Mandalorian might be all right. They have time to ride that success before they fuck it up, I think. Or they might not. Who knows? Maybe they're just putting all their chips in that. I have no idea. The fact that there's not a Mandalorian video game out is like fucking beyond me.
Well, dude, Star Wars has been dropping the ball on video games for a long time now.
They really have.
We got a 4X coming out that I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is on the horizon? The David Cage game? Like, that shit's gonna be awful.
That's the 4X game. I'm like, David Cage is making a 4X.
It's 4X.
It's a 4X.
No.
It's a 4X.
No.
It
it's
is a
fucking,
4X,
no,
dude.
it's fucking.
It's a 4X,
It's not. Dude. It's fucking. It's fucking Beyond Two Souls, Detroit fucking game. He doesn't make any other games.
No, he doesn't.
I'll have to look into that, but I'm gonna have to say you're wrong. I don't believe you. I
Come
guess
at me, bro.
I don't believe you is what I will say.
What did you say? Look it up, motherfucker.
I forget why I said that, but yes.
Oh, dude, I quoted something
Look
wrong.
it up,
you
motherfucker.
you quoted something, and I was like, that's not what that is. And you were just like, look it up, motherfucker. Real mad at me. Came in real hot.
Yeah, what the fuck Star Wars shit is coming out? Nothing, right?
Not really.
They obviously
Fallen Order 2.
They're making a Fallen Order 2, but like no timeline on it.
No. No, dude, they just announced all their games, but they didn't have there were no set.
They have that like
dates.
weird mobile game that's coming to Switch.
Oh god.
And then the David Cage game. That's it. Well, and Ubisoft is like, we're making a game, but nobody knows what it is. Is that the Mandalorian game? Because I don't want Ubisoft to be the ones that made the Mandalorian
It's
game,
just
right?
Assassin's Creed.
Yes,
with the
yes, you were
Mandalorian.
100% right. And like, but that was the first season. The first season was like a video game. It was like,
yeah.
go get the magic egg, and we'll give you your armor.
To go back to Boba Fett, when he's fighting the robots. And the shields start to turn color and everything. God, I was just like, oh, yeah, because like in the video game, you know it's getting weak because it turns yellow.
Turned red, yeah. It's turning color. You're almost through. Fucking, we were going to talk about Cobra Kai.
We were going to talk about Cobra Kai. Do you still want to talk about Cobra Kai?
Do you want to talk about Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai is consistently the best live-action adaptation of an anime that never existed based on a karate film from the 80s.
Boom, baby. You hit it right there.
Show's so fucking good. It's so corny and so much fun, and you get wrapped up in the drama, the melodrama. It's the best CW show that never existed.
It's a guilty pleasure, and I ain't guilty.
I don't feel guilty about it at all, dude. I'll tell everybody, man. I fucking love Cobra Kai. That's the greatest show. It's so much fun.
It should be a guilty pleasure, but you know what? It's so enjoyable that like I'll tell everybody. They need to know.
Dude, I brag about watching that show. Anybody ask me like, "Yo, you watching Cobra Kai?" I know you're a critic, and I'm like, I'm not a critic, dude. I have a conversational podcast with my friend about movies and TV shows.
Look at that critical analysis of Obi-Wan where we didn't remember what we were talking about. No, you're right, and that's like the.
It's so much fun.
I loved being positive on this podcast. Anybody I ever talk to who's like, have you seen Cobra Kai? It's almost like this like winky
it's like
nod
you find
thing.
It's like you find your family or
where
something,
everybody
dude.
like knows it's like fucking so fun and cool. And nobody's like, nobody ever even talks about Karate Kid. When
Everybody
they
talks about Cobra Kai. Unless you're like, my age and everybody's like, yo, dude, did you see they brought back? And I'm like, bro,
yeah. But for the most part, it's not. It's just like, and I love Karate Kid, so I loved this show. It's like, no, everybody at this point is just like, Cobra Kai is fucking so fun.
No. Yeah,
so
3
cool.
seasons in, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, Cobra Kai itself is the shit, dude. It's every season, it's the same thing. Danny and Johnny make peace. Next season starts. Immediately, they're like, nah, fuck Danny. Nah, fuck Johnny. And it's just... It's incredible how
I fundamentally disagree.
exactly, sir. Your methods disturb
Well,
me.
should we meet in the middle on this one? No, I'm gonna go on my own way and be mad at you. And it's just like
For no reason, and it's always the dumbest reason. And I love that they made the wife a character again in this season, where she's just like, "You guys are retarded.
You guys are so fucking stupid. I'm so tired.
Are
of
we
your
doing
shit."
this again?
And
are
then-
we doing this again?
But I did like that in this season, the daughter was kind of just like, I think Master Lawrence might kind of know what he's talking about a little bit.
And Danny's just like, God
and
damn
then
it."
Danny's
Yeah.
mad, but then at the end he's like, "You fight fucking Eagle Claw."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want to fight for Eagle Claw? You go ahead. Or what is it? Eagle Tooth or something
I
like
don't
that?
remember.
Eagle Fang.
He
Eagle
wants
Fang.
Eagle Fang. Yeah, you want to go fucking offensive Eagle Fang style. And she's like, I mixed the two together. I think
Yeah, she's the only one that's got it, dude.
dude. Not only that, fucking middle of the season, Faith Hill performance. Let's fucking do it, dude. And I'm just like, this is stupid.
Ryan.
This is amazing.
Ryan.
What?
It's karate time.
It's
I
karate
love
time.
that guy so much, dude. And that's all he does. He just goes like, "You guys ready? Because it's karate time." I fucking love that guy. Yeah, dude. And then like the All Valley Karate under 18 karate tournament council is so ridiculous. I love them.
Also, let's fucking talk about the fact Kreese isn't even the most evil guy.
Kreese isn't even the most evil or crazy dude. No, you got the guy from Karate Kid 3 coming in there, and he's just like, "No, man, you're dumb as shit."
Yeah.
Like, and I love his arc because Kreese made that monster.
Yeah, oh, he
Again.
did. Because he
Again.
was just enjoying being rich and having a wife who was
Yeah.
hot.
Oh yeah, he had a great he had a great life. He was rich. He had a hot Latina wife. His life was wonderful. He had a beach house. He was trading on the stock market,
Yep.
making millions, doing great. He was off the coke. And then Kreese
Yeah.
comes in and he's like, "Yo, your life is dumb. Come run a dojo in a strip mall
Yeah,
with me."
right. And he's like, we're going to be in the strip malls all across the valley. And Danny's like, I got to go to Japan because we got to think about how we counter this. And it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
But you're just like, oh, shit.
You're on board, dude. You're on board. We're like, dude, he's fucking serious about it. Dude, he's going to Japan. This guy's giving up his great life.
Remember, he beat up, and I can't remember, what was his bulldog? What the fuck was his name? He was the guy who fucking couldn't say his lines as fast as Jamie Taco.
Oh, God.
And he plays like the fucking
Jimmy Taco.
Jamie.
Is it Jamie?
It's Jamie Taco.
I've been saying Jimmy this whole time.
It's Jamie Taco. Hey, Jamie. You did a good
God,
job.
what did
I'm
he
gonna
call
get
it?
those
Like,
lines.
Yeah, they bring him in. Oh, God. I hate it.
And you had the house party, right?
Yeah, you had the house party.
But
And
but like they beat him up, and then he says it was Kreese, right? And then
Yeah.
I'm like, they got rid of
Yeah. And now Kreese is in trouble with the law.
And guess who's gonna have to help him? Johnny.
Johnny's his only people.
And then
He's got nobody.
and then Daniel's gonna be Daniel's gonna be all pissed.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be a misunderstanding.
Well, no, dude. Oh, dude, Johnny took off. Johnny can't help Kreese. Johnny's in Mexico.
Yeah, Johnny left. Fucking Danielson. Danny is in fucking. All of a sudden, I'm just like, how am I?
Danny's in
forgetting
Japan getting old
Yeah.
boy from Karate Kid 2 to help him out.
because Peyton List won, right? Am I
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
But what happened between Miguel and
Robbie.
Robbie? I don't remember now.
God, okay, we're talking
what-
to you about
or-
this.
or was
we
Hawk- or
finished
was-
the show forever
Yeah,
ago.
this show is 5 months old now. Was Hawk part of this? I don't remember.
No, Hawk
Hawk got his hawk
ass
chopped
kicked.
off.
Yeah, Hawk got his
And then
hawk
he lost
chopped
his
off.
mojo.
And they Samsoned my boy.
Yeah.
His hair was the secret to his powers.
Now I don't remember how it ended. I just remember that it was like they announced that they were going to make Cobra Kais all over the valley, right?
Yeah. Well,
And
because
and that's why Danny was like, "Fuck."
Because the deal was, if Cobra Kai won, both of them would have to quit their dojo. So there's
That's
no
right. I
more
forgot
Miyagi,
about
there's no
that.
more Miyagi-Do, there's no more Eagle Fang, which is bullshit. You just fucking go into Johnny's little warehouse.
Well, from what no. So here's the thing: Miguel won, but he was fighting for Eagle Fang.
Yes.
So Eagle Fang is still good.
Wait. Yes. Okay.
Yes, but Danny's daughter lost, so it was like they split the difference, right? So
Yeah.
like only Miyagi-Do had to shut down, right?
No, they both had to shut down because they both lost.
I don't think they. I think
I'm telling you,
Eagle
dude,
Fang
no,
won one of those.
No, they
I don't think
they won, but they didn't both. But Miyagi-Do went to the final bout, and the deal was, if you lose,
but it was men's and women. It was men and women. Oh, wait, and then they did the
because
hang on. Because they did the skills competition. Remember?
Yes.
So they changed the format.
Oh,
so that's right. So no, it ended up that yes, Cobra Kai won it all despite losing. I believe that Robbie lost. Robbie fucking lost.
Robbie
lost. And Peyton List won. That's what I think. But
I think Robbie like gave up the fight halfway through.
I think he like didn't fight, or I forget. I don't know. But all I know is
didn't it come down to the kid, the little black nerd kid?
I forgot. God. Yeah, it was Danny's son was bullying that kid.
Yeah, they decided to bring Danny's son back, and he's an even bigger piece of shit than he was the first time around.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like this show just manages to make you care about the dumbest shit,
dude. It's when Danny's kid, who hasn't existed since season 1, shows up again. You're just like, holy shit! I forgot he had a son.
It kind of doesn't matter. Watch it for yourself. It's worth it.
Please do.
But at the end of the day, Cobra Kai ended up winning.
Yeah,
because they split it
off.
And
now there's no Eagle Fang, there's no Miyagi-Do. They shut down both dojos. Johnny's going down to Mexico to find Miguel. Because Miguel went after his dad. Wants to find his dad.
Yeah, I think Miguel refused to fight. I don't remember what happened. Now, fuck, dude. Now I can't remember.
Oh no, I gotta watch Cobra Kai again.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Cobra Kai is an awesome show.
Yeah, and then Danny was just like, we have to. It's like so fucking self-serious. It's amazing. We make the jokes like the All Valley under 18 karate tournament. It's big fucking deal. But it's so funny. He was so distraught that there's going to be Cobra Kais and strip malls all over the San Gabriel Valley. that he had to go to Japan to work with like one of the guys.
His girlfriend and his rival from Karate
Kid 2.
Yeah.
To like we have to take down Cobra Kai.
And I saw the trailer for the next season. Rival from season 2 is going to be in the next season.
Okay.
And he and Danny are going to run whatever they're going to try to do.
Dojo.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, and it's probably going to be like, it's his dojo. I try to get around the rules.
All I remember from the trailer was,
who cares? You lost. Just be like, I'm not shutting down my dojo. Like, right? What are they going to do? Call the police?
You got it in writing?
Yeah.
Come get me.
Yeah. Right? Like, what are you going to do, dude?
But like, it's so.
But you believe it. But
the San Gabriel Valley is so serious about karate that in this show. That they would be like, yo, man, you made a bargain with this. Are you going to be dishonorable?
No, I was going to say.
Are you going to be dishonorable?
The All Valley board would probably be like, hey, we heard you
made a deal.
You put up your dojo, so you're going to be disqualified, and then nobody's going to want to go to a disqualified dojo.
Exactly.
So they're going to have to get a loophole.
Oh, God. We're not even talking about this all rambly because we're 5 beers in. This is the show. It makes no sense, and you get so wrapped up in it. It's so good. It's utter nonsense for 3 seasons, and it's good.
It's great.
Just watch it. I think we said this when we talked about season 2. I think season 2 was just as rambly as this one is.
It was probably worse. And that's why I said, I don't even know if I want to talk about it, because all we end up saying is it's so bad. It's great. We love it. Go watch it. And we have nothing really to say, but I love just being like, again, if you don't know, it's fucking incredible. Go watch it.
The initial, what gets you in to the show is Johnny's point of view of Karate Kid, the first film, because you get Danny's the entire time, and oh, poor Danny, he's getting picked on, and these guys are dicks, and he's just trying to talk to this girl. And then you find out Johnny's point of view in this first season, where him and Elizabeth Shue were on the rocks. They were having fights, and he admits he went and got drunk with his buddies and were being wild. And this kid was talking to his girl, and he got mad about it. And you get that whole feeling. And you look at Danny's life, and you look at Johnny's life, and Johnny's one of the best characters in the show just because he continually has an improving arc.
And the difference between their senseis and what they took from those things.
And when they bring in the guys from Cobra Kai, the original guys from the original movie, you get that Kreese fucked these kids up. And a lot of them have gotten past it, and Johnny hasn't completely gotten past it. And starting Cobra Kai over with no, we need to be tough and you need to be offensive, but you need to do it honorably is great. Like, he kicks a kid out of his dojo for going too hard and just basically torturing another kid.
Yeah.
He's like, no, that's not what we're about. We're about standing up for yourself, and just being strong. That's what it is. We're about being strength, and Johnny is trying to lead an honorable dojo from the ashes of a shitty ass bully dojo. And it's great, dude. Johnny is an incredible character. I love Johnny. Genuinely. It's like you said, it should be a guilty pleasure show. I feel no guilt about watching this show.
No.
It's so good.
I'm excited. I didn't even think about it's been long enough that I should be thinking about a season 4. But yeah.
Yeah, dude. Coming up here pretty soon, I think.
I'm sure probably around the fall, right? I would imagine.
Yeah. I think it's mid-year, maybe fall.
Okay.
But Cobra Kai is so good. Just give it a watch. It's goofy, it's corny as hell, it's melodramatic. Watch it.
I think it works for all ages mostly. So yeah.
Season 2 is a little weak because it gets a little too CW at times.
It gets a little Degrassi.
It gets a little Degrassi. There you go. Yeah.
But
season 3 was solid all the way through.
They really brought it back. Not that it was so far off anyway, but
right. Yeah. It's not a far step for it to go
yeah.
But it's also not a far step to go yo, this is some good shit, because you get some good emotional character bits going on. And it's good shit, man. It's a great show.
Yeah, you know what? One of these days I'm gonna have to watch it all the way through again, because
I was honestly thinking about doing a rewatch.
Confused about who was mad at who and who was part of what gang at when they were at the fucking fair and broke somebody's arm, and then they all fight at Danny's house, and I'm like, who was on whose side? I do forget these things, but it doesn't matter. It's just drama.
The only complaint that I have is they did my girl wrong, and she's not even in any of the dojos anymore. Danny's daughter's friend.
Yeah.
I thought she was awesome, and she
lives in Santa Barbara now, because they were after the karate fight, they were no more karate fights.
No more karate fights. They literally get patted down for shurikens and nunchucks.
Yeah, it's funny.
Incredible.
They're like, hey, do you know how to do a karate kick? Shit.
Oh, you. Yeah. No judo chops.
I forgot about that. That's funny.
They have a detector and a guy that pads them down for not. This is the show. It's incredible. And we're not worried about firearms or school shootings. Yeah. It's an amazing world where the biggest thing we got to worry about is somebody doing a dragon punch.
Danny still cares about Robbie, but he's in Cobra Kai. But then he's like, your son's the one fucking bullying this kid that I'm looking after, and that's why Cobra Kai is good. And he's like, holy shit, maybe it is.
Oh, dude, and I forgot about that, how Robbie is just yo, Kreese is doing this wrong. My dad was doing it right.
Yeah.
And Robbie starts being less pissed off about the whole Danny and Miguel and Johnny and Miguel and thing. It's, oh my, there's so many stupid love triangles.
Yes.
And
also father figure triangle.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. I keep saying love triangle, but I mean father figure triangle. Everybody's mad because everybody wants to be everybody's dad.
We're mad at Kreese, right? Because he's a piece of shit. But at the same time, he went and beat up the fucking sexual misconductor who was harassing the landlord, who was just oh, does your mom have cancer? Maybe you suck this dick, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, shit. He's a bad guy.
Yeah. And so he saves Peyton List, and you're just yo, that's cool, but he's doing it for his own reasons.
Right, yeah.
Oh, the motherfucker. You know, and then
what we're saying is it's so complex.
yeah, and then Miguel doesn't have a dad because his dad is like part of the cartel.
Yeah.
I think his dad is like fucking Pablo Escobar or something. And it's and then so like he finds a dad in Johnny, but Johnny's too aggressive and he wants to be more like Danny.
Yeah.
You know, and then Robbie's literally Johnny's kid.
I totally forgot the third season was like Johnny sees Miguel because he's dating Danny's daughter.
Yeah.
That he sees Miguel like bonding with Danny and he's just like, oh,
everybody betrays me. I'm going to crease. Yeah, dude.
He's like, have you heard? I forget. He shows him like Little River Band, let's just say, for instance, and he's like, fuck that shit.
Oh no, dude. He was showing him like fucking. It was like easy. It was like Hall and Oates.
Yeah,
it was like
right.
fucking yacht rock shit, dude. It was awesome.
And that's the thing is it's driving you crazy because it's so petty, but then it like leads into something, right? Dude, we're totally glossing over Danny and fucking Johnny have their rematch this season.
Oh my god, they knock each other out,
yeah.
dude. It's god. And then they're being petty over who knocked the other one out first. It's so
they
good.
They didn't learn the lesson that all the kids learned from their fight.
Yeah.
They didn't learn it themselves.
That's one of the best parts is they both show up to the dojo pissed off at each other, and both sides, the Johnny's kids and Danny's kids, have like come together and they're trying to make the dojo work for everybody. And they're both just like, nah, fuck that. And it's Danny and Johnny get in each other's way more than Kreese and I can't remember his fucking name right now.
It's Silver ever do. Like the reason that Danny and Johnny lose so much is because Danny and Johnny can't get their shit together. Yeah.
And that's why Danny's wife is so great because she's constantly like, really, we're going to do this again.
Right. And then like she tried to help Peyton List and then her daughter's mad and then it's like,
Yeah. And then
it's so dumb. It's so, but you just care.
You care so much because it's so much fun. It's not even because there's karate fights. It's just like you care about the characters. Like it's a good fucking show, man. It's fun
good
and corny and dumb, and I love everything about it.
And that sums it up right there. All right, we have to end this fucking episode.
Yeah, we've been talking for too long, guys.
Thank you so much for listening. This has been incredible. There is the shows we have been watching, kind of a makeup episode. We will be back next week with another episode. We're going to go over some Top Gun. We're going to go over some Jurassic World. Maybe talk about some fun. We might not. It depends if I see it.
Please don't.
I kind of want to, though.
We got to talk about Morbius.
Oh, we fucking morbed out hard.
We morbed
one night.
hard, dude. We were morbing out.
Dude, we were morbing out super hard.
It was morbing time.
We got some older stuff to talk about, but that's the shows.
Sonic,
Star Wars rants.
Uncharted.
Sonic. Did we ever talk about Sonic 2? I don't know.
We never talked about Sonic 2, to my knowledge.
Forget it. You can find us on all major podcasting apps, including Spotify, Anchor, Apple, whatever. We are Mighty Fish Productions on YouTube. Please go and check out our original series, Classic Ketchup. We talked about it earlier in the episode.
Yes.
Put a lot of work into that, and we kind of decided we need to do more of that. Twitch.tv/Mighty Fish Productions. But the place to go to find out when anything happens, at Mighty Movie Pod on Twitter. It is only stuff relevant to our new episodes. Don't worry, Josh isn't going to be like free fucking Kanye or whatever on there.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Thank you so much for listening. My name has been Ryan.
I'm still Josh and confused.
We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.